Hey y'all, Eric here on the second day of Kwanzaa, the last Friday of the year. And so I looked at my day two Kwanzaa video from last year, but I did something this week and I decided, after reading the day two definition again, to do a new video. So day two celebrates, and just like last year, butchering African words. Um, Swahili is not a language I know. Kujichagulia, Kujichagulia, meaning self-determination, focusing on defining, naming, creating for, and speaking for oneself to shape one's own destiny, often involving lighting the first red candle, sharing ancestral stories, and affirming personal and community goals. It's a call to reject external definitions and build a future in one's own image, in emphasizing personal power, purpose, and cultural pride as highlighted by institutions like the National Museum of African American History and Culture. That word that I believe that I butchered to create our own identities and narratives, not accept those imposed by others, to claim our heritage and self worth, to build our own institutions, art, and future, and to articulate our own truth and cultural values. And so I want to talk about myself. So, particularly with Christmas this year, technically I'm retired. I don't have an actual job. I do have a small business, but my small business has not done anything yet. That's truth. Um, and so, particularly with Christmas, and my income is from my Social Security benefits. And so I decided this year to help myself with some things that I need. But I went ahead and did a couple of presents for my housemate, um, functional stuff, and some things for me. I bought myself a scooter, an electric scooter, to save my legs because walking to the bus stop can take anywhere from 20 on a sunny day, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the traffic, because part of the road doesn't have sidewalks, and I have to step off of the road, so I won't be hit. And or if it's inclement weather, rain, something like that, then it can take anywhere from an extra 5 to 10 minutes. So I bought the scooter to save my legs, particularly coming from the gym and everything, and time. And so that was an expensive Christmas present for me, and also um, out in Kansas City, when I lost my job and I was living in a hotel for a long time and couldn't find another job, and I moved back to Charlotte, I lost my storage. And so I lost a lot of clothes, I lost a lot of appliances, I lost a lot of furniture, I lost some tech, a lot of my history, books, albums, pictures, all of that. I lost it because I couldn't pay for the storage. And so now I'm rebuilding. And so I bought me three sets of shoes, particularly two sets of shoes, tennis shoes for the gym, but also for winter weather, because if it's raining, you don't want to wear mesh tennis shoes. um, and I bought a little small shoulder bag, so that it can be cross shoulder bag or just on one, like a holster, to carry, because in the winter, in fall and winter, my skin is so dry. You get me, and then on top of that, with me being a type 2, I have to make sure that my skin is not so dry, so I carry my hand sanitizer, my Lubriderm lotion. Love this Lubriderm lotion, and to seal it, Vaseline. So I carried that, and some cough drops, and my mask, and so on, because I'm on the bus or when I'm shopping. And so I got 2 bags, one brown, one black, and I got my beanie. I lost all my beanies. I had, I think I had 7 or 8 beanies. I lost those. I bought a black one. I already had a gray one and kind of like a brown stripe one, I think. So my head is not shaped right for fedoras, but the newsy hats, I love those. So I got that for myself. I got, what else did I give myself? Apparently I bought a necklace that I didn't know that I bought. That's not functional. I guess that's frou-frou. But all that to support myself and everything, going outside, going out, whether it's to the gym or to, and I got a set of dress shoes as well, for interviews and things like that, because I'm trying to get back into the workforce, because I can tell you, I'm one of the people who has Social Security benefits for early retirement, and it's not enough. It's not, and everything is so expensive, and my Social Security benefits would not support, not even a 1-bedroom in Charlotte. No. I could probably find an apartment, but I would not have any type of transportation. I would not, because it would be so far out of Charlotte. The buses don't come that far out, and so you can't just think about housing. It has to be about transportation and so on and so on and so on. And so that's kind of like part of my future, based on Kujichagulia, self-determination. The videos, I speak for myself. I talk about what's going on with me and my truth. And so I have this YouTube channel was created so I could get a lot of anger out because of the elections and politics. But also I'm on a type 2 diabetic journey. And I've lost a lot of weight. So far I've lost 62 pounds. And I've donated a lot of clothes that I have to replace. And I was just shocked. I was shocked at how many double XL shirts, the pants and jeans that I was wearing, 38s, approaching 40s, and now I can wear some larges, some XLs, and below my pants, 34s in jeans, 34s in dress pants. I can't remember the last time I was a 34, and the 34s are because of my thighs and my butt. But if they were a little smaller, I would be in 32s, and the last time I was in 32s was my freshman and sophomore year in college. In the 1981 and 82. 1981 and 82. 30, 40 years ago. Anyway, you do the math. And so, one of the major things that I'm focusing on is my health. And so my doctor, I'm a former smoker, and I smoked from the time I was probably 23, 24 until 2014, maybe 11 years ago. 11 years ago, I quit. And I used the patch to quit. And now my doctor now wanted me to have a lung scan just to see if there's anything going on with my lungs. And so I did that Friday, and I got my test results, and I was hoping it would be 100% clear, and of course it was not. I don't have cancer. I don't. Thank you. I don't have cancer. But they did find 2 nodules in my right lung. Benign, based on the behavior and comparison. They're very small, only 4 millimeters each, and the likelihood of them changing from benign to cancerous is negligible. But the recommendation is that I do another lung scan in 12 months, so next December, another lung scan to see about those nodules, if anything happens. And so I can check that off. The next one that I have to do is get my diabetic eye exam to make sure that, because diabetes, if you don't have it controlled and you can't reverse it or anything like that, it can make you blind. And of course, you see, I wear glasses, and because I'm farsighted, I can see all the way over there without my glasses, but I have to read. I have to have my glasses on to read. And so I got to check that off. And then I get another A1C blood test just to make sure, because my last one in November, 5.3, which means on the charts, I'm no longer diabetic. I'm no longer on Lantus insulin, but I am still on Ozempic. Ozempic is a long-lasting blood sugar medicine. And so, but the goal we're thinking about in February, if everything keeps track, is on track and on point. I may be off of Ozempic because my weight has plateaued. They didn't put me on Ozempic to lose weight. They put me on Ozempic for my insulin resistance. And my cardiologist, and I went to a cardiologist about my stent, because I have a stent in my back artery, and St. Luke's didn't really tell me anything. And so she was happy that I was on Ozempic, because a lot of research has come out that Ozempic can actually heal any issues with your heart for the most part overall. And so she was very happy about that. And because of my journey on diabetes, I am not on blood pressure medication anymore. My blood pressure is steady. The only thing that upsets my blood pressure is when I get sick. My blood pressure, my sugar, my blood glucose will spike when I'm sick, which I was the week before Christmas. And my blood pressure was elevated, but I'm going to check it again this coming Sunday and see where it is. My blood pressure has leveled out. My glucose has leveled out, so my blood pressure should level out as well. And I'm good with that. And so, also, as of last Sunday, I hit my weight goal of 200 pounds. I weighed myself yesterday, Friday, and I'm still 200 pounds, 200.3 pounds to be exact, 200 pounds. I don't know if I'm going to do weight, another weight goal, because my range, I can be anywhere from up to 205 to 195, but my smart scale says I need to be down to 178 to be in the normal range for weight. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I feel like I might look like I'm sick. So no. But I am working out though. I am working out, trying to get some muscle mass back on because, sorry, I need to adjust this flag. The reason the flag is waving, and you see the flags in the background, they're waving because I have my window open, and because it was 77 degrees today. It was forecast to be 75, which means we broke a record today here in Charlotte. And I was outside. I took all the plants outside, watered them, let them get some sun. I sat down and communed with the ladybugs, and nature tricked the ladybugs. Drinking my coffee, reading the news. It was a beautiful, beautiful day today. And so it's still 70 degrees, and that's one reason why I have my window open. And so that's where I am. And so particularly day 2 of Kwanzaa is kind of like setting up your goals and your resolutions for the next year. For the most part, I don't do resolutions anymore, but I do have goals. And I need to keep my health in check and be as healthy as I can. Some other things that I talked about, getting back in the workplace so I can get some more income. One of the things that I'm thinking about is shutting my company down. I'm thinking about it. Seriously, I'm thinking about it. I am a North Carolina commissioned notary, and e-notary. I am certified, background checked by the National Notary Association, the NNA, and I'm certified to notarize loan documents as well, and I'm going to study and try to take the test to be a drone pilot. And that's going to be part of my business. I'm also an ordained minister to do wedding officiants. I'm a wedding officiant. But like I said, I don't have a car. It's not like I can't get around. But in order for my business to do what I want it to do, I do need a car. And without a job, the only way I will be able to get a car is through the lottery. Unfortunately, I don't live in Arkansas, so I didn't live in Arkansas on Wednesday to get that ticket. But it is what it is. So I may have to pivot. Well, you always have to learn. You need to know how to pivot because life throws you curveballs, and you have to know how to pivot because the alternative is not even an option. And so I'm thinking about it. Doing the paperwork to sunset my company, and then I might try it again later in the year. But my short-term focus now is to get back in the workforce. I'm going to try to use my notary public commissions, whether it's the DMV or a title company, whether it's a car title company or mortgage titles, something like that, and see what I can do to get some more money, but also to make sure that I will have insurance. I have insurance now. I'm on the North Carolina WellCare insurance plan. It's part of the Medicaid expansion. But the North Carolina legislature has made some cuts on Medicaid. I received a letter saying that my Medicaid insurance for me will continue, but I don't know if it will continue until I'm 65 when I can get into Medicare. And so I'm not gonna I'm not going to intentionally wait to see. I'll put it that way. And so that's where I am. That's where I am. And so that's why I decided to do these, to do day two, a new day two, Kwanzaa day two video, using myself as an example, again, of creating my own identity, my own narrative, my stories, and not those that are imposed by anybody else, claiming my heritage and my self-worth. Particularly how I define my self-worth. I intentionally try to where I'm thinking intentionally about where my dollars go. I am going to donate to the Carolinas LGBT Chamber of Commerce because they've helped me. And I'm a member, so I'm going to donate to them in January. I was not able to do it in December just because of money, but that's what I'm doing, and to speak for myself, because there are people who try to speak for me, but they don't know me, they don't know my journey, and so you have to be your own advocate. Which is why particularly my health, I'm my own advocate. My team, my doctor, my diabetes doctor, my cardiologist, all of them, team women too. All of them are women, and my doctor is of Indian descent, Indian heritage. My diabetes doctor is African American. My cardiologist is of Hispanic origin, heritage. How's that for DEI? They are on it, and they appreciate me doing my own research and bringing my questions to them. And so that's where I am. That's where I am. And so I'll have one last weigh-in tomorrow. Sorry. I'll have one last weigh-in tomorrow because I usually weigh myself on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Sunday. Actually, I won't have one last weigh-in on Sunday. Sunday will be my last blood pressure reading for the year because I only do it once a month. And like I said earlier, my blood pressure was elevated. So I just want to make sure that it's level, and they want me to stay on top of it. My last weigh-in for the year will be New Year's Eve. That'll be Wednesday. And hopefully I will still be at 200 pounds or lower. I have a new workout that I'm going to start Monday for the next quarter. Based on me being a diabetic and trying to get muscle mass, which helps with insulin resistance, and to lose some of the fat, particularly my visceral fat. The visceral fat, apologize for the vehicle noise, but like I said, my windows are open, and there's an intersection over here, and again, we're outside of the city limits, and so people like to hit their gas and hear their mufflers, even though the rest of us don't want to hear it. But my visceral fat, my doctor believes that because of my family history of diabetes, that my visceral fat is also genetic. And so it's going to be difficult for me to get it down. My housemate and we laugh because he has less visceral fat than I do, but he has a belly and I don't. He has a bigger belly than I do. He's like 160, I believe. I'm at 200, but I have less of the fat that you can see than he does. I mean, my overall body fat is under 20%. I can't remember the last time my body fat was that low. My subcutaneous fat, the fat that you can see, is below 13%. My visceral fat is finally under 16. I am I'm at 15.6, 15.5 or 6. But I'm supposed to be under 14 in order to be in the normal range. But there's only so much you can do. It's monotonous what you have to do to get rid of the visceral fat. So I just make sure that I'm doing it, and then I don't even think about it until I weigh myself and see. And it only goes down like 0.1 or 0.2 when it goes down. It can be very frustrating. That's one reason why I have a smart scale, which will give me the numbers. But like I said, that's where I am in my New Year's goals. The way that I'm defining those things based on Kwanzaa principles. And so that's my video this year for Kwanzaa Day 2. What are you going to do? And how do you define yourself? How are you defining your future? How are you being intentional with your dollars? Think about that. And if you're so inclined, put a comment on there. Share this video. Next year, and I didn't talk about it in this video because I didn't want to hijack it, but I always end my videos with a couple of hashtags. Next year is an important election year. It's midterms. Not just on the federal level either. The state level, the county level, and the city level. We just had our city elections, which I'm not eligible for because we live in an unincorporated part of Charlotte. But my county commissioners are up for election. We had our school board elections. There are some state legislature positions that are open. And of course, we have a senatorial race that's happening where Roy Cooper has thrown his hat in there. We can flip one of the Republican seats. And the midterms, all House seats are up for election, and half of the Senate is up for election. This is our time. They wanted to take America back. We're bringing our democracy back. And with that, hashtag elections have consequences. Hashtag resistance is not futile. And make sure that you're registered to vote. I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy Kwanzaa.